Welcome to Chopstick Travel. We're Luke and Sabrina, and today we're in Mexico. This is going to be a really special episode. We've driven about 2.5 hours outside of Oaxaca City to a little town called Villa Sola de Vega. We were invited by one of our followers. Huge thank you to Cassandra and her sister Samantha for inviting us out to their grandfather's house to cook a barbacoa, traditional Mexican barbecue. We're going to be learning about the rural life here in Mexico, eating some delicious homemade barbecue. It's going to be a great episode, so make sure you stay tuned until the end. Let's go eat some Mexican food. So the barbacoa we're cooking today is beef, and it's been brined overnight and then marinated in a ton of different spices, a lot of chili, and they've even got the whole beef head that's going to be barbecued as well. So they've got this massive pit full of coals and fire. This was started at like 4 a.m. this morning. It is seriously hot. You can't get too close to it. And that's where the barbacoa is going to be put inside and cooked in. And wow, that thing is huge. So there's actually some super heated rocks inside the pit as well, which is going to help to cook the barbacoa. So right now they're just dropping in a bunch of different types of agave leaves. They've got 2 different kinds, and that's going to help to keep the meat off the coals so it doesn't burn, and probably also help to infuse some of the flavor as well. Really traditional process. This is the traditional way of making barbacoa here in Oaxaca. Hey guys, today's video sponsor is Manta Sleep. So they have reinvented and made the world's best sleeping mask, and I'm gonna give you my honest review of this product. I've been sleeping with it for the last couple of weeks, and I have noticed some serious changes in my life. My mood has been better. I've been getting incredible sleeps, and it's so comfy. I was concerned about it kind of falling off or being uncomfortable when I'm laying down in bed because I sleep on my side, but it's actually all padded the whole way around. And then you get these little cups right here that are removable, and you can change the size. I went with a large size, and it's the perfect travel companion, especially for when you're on the plane. Having this thing on is literally as dark as it gets. It's like sensory deprivation and super comfy. I don't even know if I'm looking at the camera right now or not. You guys can get 10% off your Manta Sleep sleeping mask with the coupon code CHOPSTICKTRAVEL. I highly recommend it. It's really changed the game. If you're sleeping in any kind of not ideal conditions, some light coming in, you work night shifts, maybe you're just traveling on the bus and you want to get a couple hours of sleep, this thing is the way to go. Let's get back to the video. So on top of the meat, they're laying strips of the trunk of a banana tree, which is also going to help to seal that in and help to smoke it. So it's kind of smoking and cooking at the same time. That is so much meat. It's one whole cow. So now on top of all of the meat and the strips of the banana tree trunk, they're putting the banana leaves. That's really gonna help keep that smoke in, and it's already smelling really good, and you can hear it. It's kind of like popping. So the next step is to cover that all with a couple pieces of sheet metal, and now they're starting to cover that with dirt. So it's going to be completely sealed shut, so none of that smoke can escape, and it's a fast process. You need to move really fast to keep that smoke in. You would never even know that there is barbecuing meat underneath there once they've put the soil on top, and the pressure buildup underneath there caused it to kind of pop a little bit. So that stays as is now for about 4 hours, and the final touch was to put a little cross in, almost like a grave, just to show the respect to the animal, and I am seriously excited to try that out. Okay. So breakfast today is a little bit of mezcal, which is the famous drink from especially Oaxaca, and it's like a clear liquor. We're actually going to go later and maybe see how they make it, but let's try it out. I think it's only 8 a.m. right now, so let's try it. Lo que se trata del mezcal tomalá, de que todavía viene siendo como orgánico. That's strong. That'll wake you up in the morning. Yeah, that's better than a cup of coffee, to be honest. Whew. Honestly, the flavor is really good. It's almost like a little smoky. Definitely burns on the way down, and I guess the difference between tequila and mezcal is more so that it's just a really organic, unprocessed liquor. Actually, it tastes really good. It's strong though. Wow. This is the chapulines, yeah? Yeah. Oh, these ones are bigger. Now this is an interesting breakfast. Mezcal, and now we're having some more of the grasshoppers, chapulines. Those have a sour kick. Actually, they go good with the mezcal.
So compared to yesterday when we had them at the market, these are actually quite thick. So I'm gonna give that a try. Wash it down with my mezcal. Do you hear that crunch? Honestly, I wouldn't have guessed it, but that is a good pairing.
So we're doing a little bit of a mezcal tasting, I guess, this morning. They have one that's in a water bottle of maybe 5 liters, and this one's called Dobala. It's supposed to be a little bit more smooth. Let's try it. Actually, yeah, that one's much more smooth. It's not as smoky. It's a little bit sweet, actually. It goes down a lot easier. So I guess we're gonna have a little bit of a breakfast now after those drinks. A real breakfast this time.
So we're having our breakfast right now, and something that I've seen a lot in Oaxaca and now outside of Oaxaca is this, the concha. So this is a type of bread, and this looks good as well. Everything looks amazing, and we can served this and the chocolate. I guess you dip it in. Oh, that looks good. Wow, that is incredibly sweet. You are gonna like this. It's a little cold here this morning, so having the mezcal and then this really warms you up. This is really good.
The chocolate here in Oaxaca is extremely high quality, some of the best in the world, and this is mixed with milk. Yeah, that is so good. So also for breakfast today we have a tamale. This is tamale Oaxaqueños, and it's with mole negro, which is the famous mole from Oaxaca, and then chicken too. And actually, this is gonna be my first time ever having a tamale, so let's try it out here. Yum. That is super soft. The mole is a little bit sweet and a little bit savory at the same time. That was a great breakfast. We are definitely full of mezcal, tamales, and grasshoppers. Not what I expected to eat for breakfast, but seriously, everything was delicious, and the family here is so friendly. So we're still waiting for the barbacoa to cook. I can smell it right now. We're gonna go check out a mezcal factory of sorts. So let's go. So we've driven about an hour further into the Oaxacan countryside to come check out how they're making mezcal out here, but we just pulled over on the side of the road because you can see all on the side of the hill the agave plants, and that is what they make the mezcal out of. It's absolutely beautiful out here, mountainous area, and you can see the bluish tinge of the agave kind of glimmering in the sun. So we've made it to the mezcal factory way in the countryside. They're doing things very traditionally here, and the way that they make it is they uproot the mezcal plant, the agave plant, and then underneath the ground there's something they call the piña, which is like the pineapple, and then they'll chop that all up into like a pulp, and then they'll ferment it, and they've got it fermenting in these big wooden barrels. You can even see it bubbling away, and then that will be distilled into the mezcal. So it's a simple process, very organic, and they're doing it very traditionally here, and that smells really, really good. It smells fruity and sweet. So this right here is the distillation device. So after it's finished fermenting, they'll take it, put it in here, boil it away, and then the steam will capture and then come out and drip right here, and that will be the final product. Right now they're not actually doing this process, they're still waiting for it to ferment, but just check out the size of these barrels with all of that mezcal, all of that agave fermenting. So this is actually a big chunk of the piña, the pineapple part that comes from underground, and they actually cook this as well, similar to the barbacoa, also underground, and I've been told that I can just peel off a little strip here. Whoa, that's got a really interesting flavor. It's almost like a cross between a fruity flavor and a meaty, almost like a beef jerky like flavor. It's actually really yummy. Gracias. So they have some of the final product here. He uses this little bamboo straw to siphon it out so that we could taste it, and look at how clear that is, and I've been warned that it's very strong, so let's try it out. Holy shit. That's strong. Seriously strong. That stings. Damn. I think this is pretty well the definition of moonshine, made in the back shed in the barrels, and that stuff probably won't be allowed to pass customs back in Canada because that's way too strong.
Quiero hacer mucha espumita. Pero este está bien. ¿Qué es esta cosa, Ropeño? ¿Quieren ninguna copita?
Me dieron
Okay. So I may have stupidly just asked if you could drink it straight from the barrels like this before it's been distilled, and they said, well, you can, but I don't know if they do, so let's try it out. You can see the color is completely different. Actually, it almost doesn't have any flavor at all. Slightly fermented flavor, but really doesn't actually taste like anything. Yeah, it's a little bit fruity.
So here they're distilling the mezcal 2 times. The first time it comes out, it's very strong, up to 60%, which people still do buy. But through the second process, it gets down to 47-ish%. And that's what we have here. So apparently this one's a little bit more smooth, a little more easy to drink. Let's give that a try. Okay, yeah. Still strong, nice and smoky, but that burn is a lot less. I didn't think we'd drink so much mezcal today.
10:30. You can definitely see why they are making the mezcal here. The entire landscape is covered in the agave plants everywhere you look. Very humble place and such a unique opportunity to come out here. This is not a place that tourists come. Of course, there's some places that tourists can go see how they make mezcal, but this is just a locals only place. They don't even bottle it here. You just bring your own plastic bottle and fill it up by the liter. All right, we're all full of mezcal. We're heading back to the house to check on the barbacoa.
I'm so ready.
Okay, it's time for the grand reveal. Honestly, you can't even tell that there's anything underneath there. It just looks like a grave with the little cross, and I'm super pumped to see what this is gonna look like, so let's open it up.
Ya me olvidé, ya lo que. Me hablaron apenas le iba a arrancar de vamos ahí. Me trajo otro cabo para agarrar. ¿Dónde? Me trajo otro cabo para agarrar. ¿Tienes otra por ahí para? Así. Ya va. Está calentita. Ahí, espérense tantito, voy a echar un poco de carne. Suéltame el gancho, tú, ¿qué? Ya se la carne. Échale. Ahí voy a quitar.
Okay, the reveal was worth the wait. This smells so good, and there's 100 kgs of meat and bones in there. So they're gonna remove the bones, and it is covered in all those spices, and we've got the as fresh as it can get first pick. And oh man, this just smells so good. So let me grab a big chunk here and try it out. Wow. Let's try.
Ahorita le digo que lo apunte porque mero lo estamos sacando.
That is awesome. Yum. That is spiced up perfectly. It's actually not spicy. It's just got a nice saltiness. You can taste that smoke, of course. It's been infused, and it's ridiculously tender. Just look at how easy that pulls apart like that. Super juicy still. I love the smoky flavor, and wow, what an experience to taste it right out of the pit. Oh my god, that is so good. Yum.
Puro hueso. Que no se esperar, ¿no? Es que son relajos, ¿sí? mire, alto.
Okay, that is beyond good. Perfectly cooked. I love how they serve it right on the leaf too. And so right now they're just removing the meat from the bones, and the orders have already been placed. This meat's going to be sold, and the bones will be used to make a soup broth. Wow, what a dish. That is seriously delicious. So the meat hasn't been out of the pit for more than 5 minutes, and there's already a lineup of customers here to pick up their barbacoa, and they're bringing their own buckets. This is not like an official restaurant or anything. This is just a family that knows how to cook an amazing barbecue. And wow, that was delicious, and it's going to be sold hot and fresh the way it should be.
Medio kilo de eso, ¿no? Ahí está. Sí, está ahí.
So they've also separately prepared a consommé broth using the beef leg, which goes perfectly with the barbacoa, and that's one of the things they're also offering. And they don't do this every day or every week or every month even. This is a rare occasion, and you can see that the locals are lining up for it. They know, it's good.
¿Le cobran ahí? Está calientito. No cerró. ¿Me ayuda? Perdón, pero sí que lo quieren cortar con cuchillo. Sí, está buena, ¿eh? Este es de costilla, mire.
What a day. Just finishing things off with the Corona here, and I want to say that a lot of our videos are for guides for you guys to be able to find the foods and the restaurants that we're filming, but today's video is not that. You will never find this place, and you will never eat this barbacoa, and I'm okay with that because this was an incredible experience for us. Incredibly delicious, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So they're selling it by the kilo here. This is about a kilo, and this is gonna be dinner tonight back in Oaxaca City. Wow, the first bite I had was so incredible, and honestly, this has been such an experience that I'll never forget. The food, delicious, the family, so friendly, and yeah, just what an experience. Oh my god, it's so good. It's spiced so well. It's not overpowering, it's just so smoky and tender. God, that is amazing. I love it.
Alright, so this is the famous consommé, and so rich looking, and apparently it's quite spicy, so let's go in for a bite. I can see potatoes in there, chunks of meat. Oh, even looks like chickpeas. Oh my god, that is so freaking good. Oh my god, everything in there just melted in my mouth. There's so much flavor in there. You can see different types of offal, potatoes, chunks of beef. This is good. This alone will fill you up. That is really good.
Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. What an incredible day. Huge thank you to Samantha and Cassandra for inviting us to their grandfather's house, and what a delicious barbacoa that was. Make sure if you haven't, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Chopstick Travel. Bye.
Bye.